Good afternoon, friends. This is Colonel Gadyok, and with me, Colonel Shokan, once again back with you this Friday for an interaction on your questions and doubts about the SSB. I know you all know gearing up for the festive season, the Shara is coming, and the Diwali, and also a lot of you would be preparing for the SSB since the results have come out for the MDA and SSB, the CDS, the calls have started coming, so a lot of you are gearing up. So we're looking forward to your questions, and also those who can come here, come and do this 2 weeks program. It will be certainly beneficial to all. To start with, I have a question. Jai Hind, Akash, to Jai Hind. Yes, a lot of people. Good. Let's start with your questions. Greetings to everybody once again.
Good afternoon to all of you. Yes, Akash, ask your question. Jai Hind to you too.
We've been having a good stream of results in the last week also. A lot of candidates who went for the FCAT have cleared, the people who had gone for the, even serving candidates, a lot of serving candidates have cleared in the last 2 weeks. Very, very exciting for us.
So we are now geared up with this new lots coming up for the NDA. Mostly the NDA candidates are coming to us. And it's very happy to note that the girls candidates, the NDA girls candidates, there is tremendous energy level, tremendous enthusiasm, and great response. I am so happy to see the girls, Nari Shakti, जो हम लोग सुने.
They are energetic, they are motivated, and they are also very effective. They participate well. Yeah, we have a question. What is the relevance of the indoor tasks and the outdoor tasks for the GTOs in the SSB?
Okay, sir, can I take this question?
Yeah.
See, indoor tasks and outdoor tasks are designed with certain, certain psychological lessons in mind, because we call it gestalt. So we are not going to details there. So the DIPR, Defense Institute of Psychological Research, where we all been trained, as well as the institute which is responsible for the personality assessment of the military leaders. So we have made these 2 tasks aligned together as indoor task and outdoor task. Also there is one more category inducted into that is group task as well as individual task, right sir? So what is the reason is, when we look through your indoor task, though the complete 15 qualities are being scanned through, or we are looking into your personality as a wholesome personality, holistic personality, but in the indoor series, you would have noticed, probably would have gone to SSB, you would have noticed that mostly these are communication oriented, personality oriented of course, but behavioral oriented. And in this particular indoor task, we are trying to see one hemisphere of your personality, that is the planning mind. Okay, now planning mind, we can say it's an imaginary mind, because you have to imagine your planning, which is connected with the practical aspect of execution also. Your planning is hayward, your planning, you're on cloud 9, your planning is not connected when translated to the ground realities, or your planning is not successful enough when it is implemented on the ground, then naturally you are not a good military leader in the making. So let's we would like to see your planning mind is connected firmly to the ground realities. So we call the indoor task basically focusing on your planning mind. Now coming to the outdoor series, our our emphasis probably would be on your practical mind, which we call execution mind. Or when you translate your imagination, how good you can excel, how well you can execute it, what is the percentage of success rate in that. So how good is your practical mind? That is what is mostly seen in the outdoor series, though all the other qualities are also under observation. So we keep telling in Punjabi, there is a beautiful word for it, jugaad. So we would like to see in the outdoor task, are you a jugaadu person? Can you bring out success? Can you bring the result which is required by applying whatever is available on the ground. You will always find in life the resources are very limited. Resources are scarce. So a leader, what he does, he will use whatever is available to him in the environment, whatever is available in the vicinity, and he will make it as a route to success. So this is what we are going to look for.
See, I'll add, see, though both indoor and outdoor, you say indoor mein what do you have? You have a group discussion, you have a lecture, you have a GP. All those require some basic knowledge of the issues which are happening contemporary, your ability to organize your thoughts and give it them out. In the GP, perhaps your comprehension of the situation, once again, analysis, prioritization, etc., organizing. So they are all very a lot of mental activity. Yet, the context is the group in which you're doing it. When you go outdoor, where you have all those tasks on the ground, PGT, so there's your, once again, seeing and observing what is there, and from that, taking out the relevant, what is workable, what is not workable, like you see, applying ideas. There's a lot of creative ability is seen there, your application of the mind on ground, right? So, yes, this distinction is there, yet the context is always the group. You're always in a group of 10. How effective are you in the group of 10? That is an important thing. Yes, it's looking at two parts of your personality, your thinking, your knowledge, your expression, your comprehension. That's one part of your mental. But here you see in the ground observing, applying your common sense, finding the way out. It's a creative ability. Yet the group is the 10. How do you perform in a group?
Also, out of the 15 qualities, certain qualities has to be visible on the ground. Say, giving a simple example, courage. Now, in your planning, you can be a very courageous person. You can imagine, yes, I am very courageous, or my main character is very courageous. Or you can plan your group planning, yes, we are doing something very courageous. But when you translate that situation on the ground, are you really courageous? That's what we want to see.
When you climb on a obstacle which is
Yes.
high, टांगें कांपनी शुरू हो जाती है और you still करूँ क्या ना करूँ. So those are things which are evident in
Yes.
your face, body language, behavior. Things like courage, fear is a good manifestation of that.
So we would like to see on the ground, are you really the person you imagine yourself to be? Say, courage का बात है आप जो सर बताए थे. See, courage we will see in three kind of manifestations. One is physical courage, second is moral courage, and third is mental courage. Now, it is very interesting to understand physical courage, though sometimes you may be lacking there, with a lot of training, lot of practice, physical courage can be overcome to a certain extent. But at the same time, mental and moral courage especially, it's not very easy to be trained because that gets embedded into your personality, your genetical factors mostly sometimes, the way you are groomed, the way you are conditioned, everything will affect your mental courage and moral courage. So all these things we would like to see. Because out of 15 qualities, we believe there are certain core qualities. Core qualities is embedded qualities. It is not very trainable the way we think actually. But there are certain other qualities out of these 15 qualities which we say trainable qualities. So these are qualities will have quick results with continuous good training and practice. You will find there is leaps and bounds, there is difference in that qualities. But certain other qualities which are embedded in nature, that doesn't change much. Especially अभी जो हम discuss कर रहे थे ना, effective intelligence, like practical intelligence जो हम ground में देखते हैं, that we call effective intelligence, and this is exactly practical intelligence only. How effective you are on the ground. Maybe you plan well, but then when you translate your plan onto the ground, are you effective on ground? So this is a very embedded quality. It is not a very, very highly trainable quality, but however, with focus, with
you're conscious, you can do
yes,
something about it.
conscious
Yeah, we have an input from Manoj Barik. He says, I was here for 14 days. He is a service candidate. He went for PCSL and he could not make it. He says, I didn't have much time to prepare. And now I'm working for it. Yes, Manoj, you always need time to prepare. These 2 weeks that you do here is a fairly good opportunity for you to understand what happens there, understand how you perform, understand what are your areas for improvement. You certainly need time for improvement. I can understand being in a unit or where you're working posted, so your commitments are such you don't get much time. But very, very important to work on those issues. Mostly your awareness levels, ability to speak, comprehension. some creative thinking, some creative writing. Those are important things to work on, because basically वही चीज़ चाहिए होती है. A little bit of creative thinking, little imagination, expressions, awareness levels. That is what you need to work on.
देखो, the what sir has told exactly, that is the problem with most of the candidates who are not making it right now, because their foundation is shallow, foundation is fragile, it is not strong enough where a holistic personality can be built up. Because you should not start studying for SSB henceforth, you have to now transform yourself into a leader material. You have to move in from the Jawan level or from a student level to another level, that is gentleman cadet level or a lady cadet level. From there you will again move on during training in the academy to the officer level.
So, Manoj asked, see, please suggest something on WAT and TAT aspects. After all, see, Manoj, TAT is where you write stories on 11 or 12 pictures shown to you, 11 pictures and one blank, and WAT is where you write sentences. See, the story writing, you have generally idea. See, looking at your observation of the picture, some kind of a putting yourself in the situation, if you are there, what would you do? And some creative need, some purposeful need is generated from there, and how you meet that need, how do you execute that purpose, the need that you generate, right? So it is all about your observation of life, seeing things around, putting imagination to be. Supposing you see a picture where 4 or 5 people are talking, so it could be, where are they sitting? Is it a room? Is it an outside? What is the setting? Could be a classroom, could be under a tree, right? And if both situations are different, what could they be doing? Right? 3 or 4 people talking. Yes, since you are service, so you could relate to some middle-aged people like you. Could be in the unit planning some unit training activity, planning a cadre, where you looking at improvement of certain aspects in your the subordinates, right? Maybe their technical knowledge or their physical ability or their sports. So what do you want to improve in them? So you plan that, and how do you inculcate that training in them so that they can perform well? So as simple as that. What is the need that you're generating? Why you're doing it? How you're doing it would be important. Right? Every picture is different. Some could be social, some could be family, some could be group going on a picnic, fun. Fine. So how do you put yourself in that picture? What is your imagination of the need there? How would you do that? How you do that comes with your awareness of issues, awareness of things in the ground. The more aware you are, the more workable answers or inputs that you give. Otherwise, it becomes a roundabout, wishing that it goes very well, very hard work and getting good results. So that becomes a very wishy-washy, lacks imagination and lacks awareness.
See, Manoj, one point you may like to think always. While you write a story in a TAT, ask a question to yourself. This is a self-check point. You can ask a question, if actually I am there, can I do this? Or will I do this? Am I, scheduled to do this thing? Or I have already decided to do this? Or you feel that I am that person sitting there or doing there, running there, walking there, talking there. Is that me? Or can I connect with that character? The moment you feel, yes, this is me only, I can do these things, or I am ready to do this thing if this situation demands from me, that means your story is good. But the moment you feel that character is somebody else, I don't know this character, but I have, by hearted about this character story, and this is how I should be doing because I want to make an impression, in the SSB among the assessors. If that is your intention, you have gone totally wrong. That means you are not productive enough to be selected. So this is one acid test you must go through always, and connect, like sir ne bole na, you have to connect with the picture, and every time you must think, is this me? If I am in this situation,
very
what I am going to do?
interesting question by Ram Rathore. How would the SSB training program change a person's personality? If a person has got the OLQs, he will definitely qualify for the SSB, and if his individual is missing some OLQs, how can we change? Very, very interesting question, because I'm sure a lot of people have this doubt in them. Also remember, personality grows. Part is genetic, That is your nature, and then is your nurture, your home background, your school, college, your friends, your environment, fine. All that is impacting or the impacting the person that you are, fine. You cannot change it. So now what you are, it requires a little bit of introspection. We don't profess to change personalities. The 2 weeks is not at all sufficient to change personality. Personality तो खुद चेंज करनी होती है ना. बट ये 2 हफ्ते में क्या होता है कि व्हेन यू गो थ्रू ऑल दिस एक्टिविटीज इन अ सिस्टमैटिक मैनर वेयर everything is designed to look at your personality in the SSB. Where you do those things, we also help you. You also perform. You also understand. You understand those small issues which you need to improve in yourself. Sometimes hesitation, sometimes confidence, sometimes decision, karu ka na karu, or sometimes even imagination. Nothing can be changed overnight. So you have to understand that and make a change in yourself with some conscious effort. Right? So that has to be your own effort. That's why we say this 2 weeks program is not a finishing program. It is more of a personality development. Personality cannot be coached. Personality cannot be changed. Personality can be nurtured. Personality can be given some kind of a guidance. Right? It needs mentoring. वो करने के बाद करना तो आप ही ने है ना. सो देयरफॉर डोंट थिंक कि इन 2 हफ्ते में पर्सनैलिटी चेंज होती नहीं होती है, बट 2 हफ्ते में एक क्लैरिटी मिल जाती है. एंड परहैप्स विद आवर एक्सपीरियंस वी कैन गाइड यू क्या करना है, कैसे करना है. यू कैन ऑल्सो इंट्रोस्पेक्ट योरसेल्फ. सो व्हेन यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन योरसेल्फ कॉन्शियसली, चेंज आता है. सभी तो नहीं चेंज कर पाते. जो लोग समझते हैं, जो लोग समझ सकते हैं, जो लोग डिसाइड करते हैं चेंज करने के, पीपल हु वर्क कॉन्शियसली, दे कैन मेक सम चेंज. फाइन. That is the change.
Sir, Rohan has asked a very sensible question. So he says, during walks and whenever I get a chance, I used to discuss the experience of people. Rohan, it's a very good hobby, and it's a way you can change your perception about life, the perception about your personality. This kind of curious kind of attitude. Talk to people, talk to your friends. Talk about their experience in life, what they understood from their experience, and you put yourself in that experience and see if I would have been there, how differently I would have reacted. All these are a mental exercise which is finally going to refine you. So this is definitely going to impact your selection. There is no doubt about it.
Very good.
It's a very good way of doing things.
Observation and some kind of a self-talk, where you do a role play, maybe
Good.
where you understand how would you do it. See, that's very important. See, everybody while he's walking, talking, is thinking something. A lot of people think about क्या होगा, क्या नहीं होगा, होगा कि नहीं, ये बेकार है, वो बेकार है. There's one kind of thing.
That is negative thought.
Second is what Raj is saying is observing people, maybe interacting with them and visualizing, and see that is good introspection, good self-talk leads to better results. Right? It's all about knowing yourself and improving yourself.
And also it would be good to even gain more experience, not only gain more knowledge, because the moment you gain knowledge, naturally the way you will do an activity to satisfy the need you have there in this particular situation will be better, will be more refined.
Rohan has please finish.
So I just wanted to say, good to understand others' experience. It is good to interact with people, good to know how things are moving around in your vicinity, but at the same time keep gaining more knowledge also. Be curious about the world, connect with the world around you. That is also part of your awareness.
Rohan has asked very interesting question. Will the hobbies impact my selection? After all, Rohan, see, first understand, selection is about you and your personality, right? And in that, one of the small things that we looking at in your daily routine, daily life is what kind of a hobbies or interests. What are hobbies or interests that you indulge in whenever you are free, whenever you like. These are things that you like, and these are generally creative. Right? Creative things like could be reading, could be music, could be gardening, could be pets, could be maybe swimming. Could be anything that you like to do. But these are creative activities. A creative person is always a better choice. Is always a better choice because he is able to think differently, get more ideas, and he's a better person on ground for me when I select it. Fine. See, I'll give very interesting input. Even in the corporates where they select the people for the highest level, most of them who are competing have similar academic background. They would have run IIM, IIT, doing very well. Right? So they have equal kind of a academic background. But what goes in the favor is about sometimes, at times, the hobbies and interests that he pursues. The creative pursuits makes a person better suited to do a challenging job. हॉबीज़ नहीं होती तो क्या होता है, खाली बैठे हैं, कुछ नहीं करते हैं, दे कीप ब्रूडिंग, दे कीप गली के चक्कर मारते रहेंगे, देयर नथिंग क्रिएटिव हैपनिंग. Creativity is very very important attributes of a good leader.
So, sir, similar question Ram has asked. So, he's asking what is the difference basically between SSB selection and other UPSC selections. So, it's very interesting question because every profession has got its own requirements. So, for us to become a military commander, we are looking for 15 officer-like qualities. Maybe for a civil service examination, for a civil service profile, say there is a IAS officer, all these 15 qualities may be different because the requirement in a civil environment will be different. So definitely there is a lot of difference in the selection process, and we give a lot of stress to courage factor, physical fitness, mental fitness, and stress factor, how you react to stress levels, because you are going to join a profession which is going to be stress prone frequently. You are going to face the enemy, you are going to face unforeseen circumstances many times, much more than any other civil job. So this is not a civil profile we are looking for from you. Simple examples, courage factor, which I again mentioned earlier also, last time also. You see, for a civil service examination, we are not really worried about your courage factor because you are not going to confront that kind of situations in your professional life. But here you have to confront such situation many times in your life. So we don't want our leader to be wanting, because you are going to be setting an example for your troops. You are going to be the leader, because here you have to be a leader on the ground. You have to lead from the front. You're not leading from behind. You're not sitting in a chair in like a civil job and directing things to do. You will be on the ground, leading men on war, leading men and troops towards the enemy.
Besides,
so
the
that's
IAS interview generally is a panel interview where they have some or two domain specialists in different places. So they're looking at your knowledge and also some situation of your journey of life. Whereas the evaluation interview which is done in SSB is purely to assess your personality profile with reference to the qualities that we're looking at, and they are rated in a systematic manner. So there's a little bit of a difference, because after interviews and interaction where they're talking to you and try to understand you, but the format is a little different, their needs are a little different, and therefore the panel is differently. But out here you don't have a panel. You have a person who's trained in this psychological kind of a profiling through an interview, and he goes through meticulously to talk to your journey of life, try to understand the kind of person that you have. We have a few more interesting questions, sir, about coaching online. Does it have share? See, it's about your performance in a group. When you participate in group, whether it's a group discussion or the task outside or a GP, when you perform in a group, you get to know yourself where you stand in a group. Fine. Online doesn't help that. Online may be okay for a tutorial, for an examination, but therefore we don't profess that. We don't provide that. When you do it in a group, your learning is much better. Your experiential learning is more important. Okay?
Because you see, SSB preparation is, it's a kind of lifetime preparation for you, because you are not going for an examination here. You are going to change your life into a leader's life. So that is why somebody asked me the same question. So I gave this answer. Tell me something. Online, somebody is promising you to teach you swimming outside water. Can you do it? So it is like that. A similar thing is driving. See, can you learn driving from a simulator and get onto the road and start driving? It's not possible. So this is the difference between online training for SSB at least. So we will never advocate
idea build jata hai, but unless you do it yourself, you don't get the feel of it. I think
so
some more questions.
Experiential training is very important.
Satinder Buduria says he's cleared his CDS. Congratulations for that, and I'm working for English and journalism. Very good thing to do. You want to come to Olive Greens? Good, Satinder. Now you have to choose to come. We run a course which starts every Monday. It's a 2 weeks program, and classes are from 9 to 5:30. And in 2 weeks, we take you through all activities which happen in the SSB in a systematic manner, with enough briefing, enough participation, enough feedback, where you understand yourself and where you stand. For the training, we have a very good infrastructure. That is what is more important. We have very well comfortable classroom for classroom activities. We have a very well organized outdoor nearly an acre plus, where a whole lot of structures which give you an idea. देखिए, going through one or two things a couple of times is one thing. It gives you familiarity, which is good, but that's very important. What is very important, when you perform here in groups, you get to understand yourself better. You understand where am I lacking. You understand what is my difficulty, and you have to work on those areas. Right?
You see,
So
we
you come
simulate.
anytime. You come anytime, but make sure that you have at least 3 to 4 weeks after our training to work and improve in those areas. Don't come in the end of just before the assessment.
Because see, our strategy is simulating the same feeling and experience of SSB for you, so that you are familiar with what is going to happen, and then you start corrections in your personality and look inward and understand where you need improvement in your persona, and target on these areas of improvement in your personality, which is possible by an experiential training, much better than anything can be done on an online or a coaching program. So that is why we don't really believe in a coaching kind of spoon feeding the answers to you. So that is why it is very important to come.
Rohan has is talking about creativity. I believe it shows in my work. Yes, I'm sure wherever he's working well in research papers, or he's working in a corporate where he is difficult for him to focus on yourself. In other areas, I usually worked with team of 4. But corporate life is just a backup option for you. So good, Rahul. See, you working in a group of people, any work experience is good. Yes, the task may be different, the timing may be different, the work is different, but at least you working with people, that's a good learning. You learn interpersonal skills. The requirement for the armed forces is slightly maybe different. A lot of corporate.
But this is
people
going to
will be
help
good for
him
the armed
definitely.
forces. So that is a good thing. That's a good. But don't waste too much of time. If you want to join the armed forces, come young. Don't say कि 4 साल के बाद मेरा दिल थक गया तो फिर मैंने करना शुरू किया. Armed forces is more about your passion, and give it a good try right from the beginning. And I'm sure what you're doing is going to help you a lot.
Yeah, Rohan, this is not a option for another work. Please remember this. We are not looking for job seekers. Please understand this. We are looking for passionate youngsters who want to wear uniform with pride and honor. So that is one issue we need to inculcate in your mind. Also, yes, your corporate experience is going to help you because you have been worked in a team. So definitely your team spirit, your social adaptability factor, your communication skills which you would have probably developed in corporate, all will be of assets to you. But final goal should be to be a leader in life. So that is what you need to go for training when you come to Olive Greens.
Ram has got a very interesting question, sir. In an IS interview, if I am rejected, I easily understand my mistake. But the SSB interview, even after multiple conference out, are unable to understand our mistakes. Now understand, Ram, in the IS you may be asked some questions about some geopolitics or ABC which you may not know, whatever it is. So therefore you know I couldn't answer well, or you are clear or you confused, something like that. The SSB is about your personality. It's not only the interview. The GTO is also looking at the same thing. The psychologist is also looking at yourself. And if you're not made it, some of the attributes in your personality may not be up to the desirable level. That could be confidence, that could be your reasoning, that could be your interpersonal skills, that could be
maybe knowledge also,
the awareness, etc. So it is overall personality. So more introspection, working on areas of creative writing, working on area of good communication skills, or be able to speak well in a group. Awareness of issues, which I'm sure with the IS you'll be having, interpersonal skills, being tactful enough to handle each other, to understand each other, to empathy. When those are the stronger qualities, which somewhere or the else get seen, and therefore you say you are. And we don't really say rejected. We never say a person is rejected. We say not recommended, because right now you're not at the level that we
where
want
we are
to
looking for
in any of the qualities or some of the qualities. That is it. Fine. You may be good in a few qualities. There may be some one or two issues which are requiring improvement. So we say we'll give him a chance next time.
See, we don't tell you at the SSB the reasons for non-selection. So you are generally puzzled. Your perception level is not exactly what it is required. You see, that is the reason you need experts probably to help you preparation. That is why Olive Greens is there for you. With our experience of last 20 years, we are doing this training, and this is the secret of we churn out the best of candidates and get them recommended. So point is ki how you will now hormone yourself to the requirement, and how you will identify your own areas of improvement. for which probably you need an expert, because this is not generally possibly to understand ourselves. There is an area where we need, need
see
to
how
work on.
Ram once again unable to introspect. No, see क्या होता है कि introspection is
वही जो अभी बता
looking
रहे
at
थे.
yourself, looking at yourself dispassionately, maybe at the each day.
It's not easy.
In introspection, you're seeing कि हमने क्या किया, कैसे किया, क्या मुश्किल हुई, क्या नहीं हुई. But what you see, your frame of introspection is the frame that you have for yourself. Fine. It may not really be what you're looking at. So when you participate in an activity like here, when you go through some SSB or go through this training, perhaps you get a broader frame where you see कि ये चीज़ भी करनी है मुझे, and therefore I have to improve on those things. Broadly, we're looking at a well-adjusted person who is observant, who has got good reasoning, can reason out, who is logical, who can express himself
More practical
clearly,
on ground.
who's not yet more practical, whose observation is good, who can work with people, who doesn't come under pressure easily. So और क्या चाहिए, यही चीज़ें हैं ना. But when you introspecting yourself, you're introspecting with the reference of the frame that you've been living in. So you may not have had this exposure, perhaps. Otherwise, it is required for you to understand yourself and improve yourself. So these are the general areas.
See, most of the time what happens is, you see, the thoughts, our thoughts are not many times much matured. The reason is that the knowledge level is lacking to that extent. So where do you get thoughts? Where do you get mature thoughts? It comes from your experience, it comes from your knowledge, it also comes from observing what is happening around you. So these three things generally you find missing, because the level of education maybe you are coming from, it is all over India, it is happening, it is totally theory oriented, and you all know it. So when you are that you theoretical in your lifestyle and you have not gone through experiences which is required in life, on your extra knowledge which has to come outside your textbooks is missing, definitely the level of thinking is going to be immature than what we are expecting from you at the SSB. So there is a problem of mental age and physical age. So the idea is now to improve your mental age so that it gets commensurated with your physical age. That is how you will be recommended at the SSB. So we need to work on that. So this is one major point we stress here, or rather we emphasize this particular mental age to push the mental age towards the physical age. That's what we do in these 2 weeks of training program, and online also we then start making them practice afterwards so that they get better communication.
Ansh has got, do you think making stories and writing sentences daily helps? You may have missed it. So perhaps you asked this question earlier, I may have missed it. Ansh, it's a good thing to get into some kind of a writing of your experiences, some story, some journal writing. That what is happening is that's helping you to improve your creativity and expression, both the things. Creativity bhi बढ़ती है when you imagine something, when you write something. Fine. So good to do that. It is helping to build up creativity and your awareness, expressions, etc. So good to work on it.
You see, many times what happens, our thoughts are okay, we are thinking, but then mostly what we do, we think in our mother tongue. Now, to translate the thoughts into English, what is required to be done at the SSB, now you are missing out. How you are missing out? Because the vocabulary is missing out, or your power of expression is not enough. So what happens is, when we do these non-verbal expressions, you may have some issues. So when you keep writing every day your thoughts, you can even, diary writing is also a good way of expressing yourself. Your creative writing capability will improve. And this is going to help
add
you.
To awareness,
yes, and
reading,
improving vocabulary.
All those have, yeah, absolutely.
This is very important.
Ansh has got one more. Can see, do the assessors? There are some assessors who don't vouch for. I don't know what you're trying to say. See, practicing. What do you mean by practicing? See, it has to be your own self-improvement. Fine. If I'm weak in something, I need to practice to do something. If I can't run 5 kilometers, I have to run 5 kilometers. Practice to do it one. If I am not able to speak, so I have to practice to speak. So I'm not very clear. What do you want to ask? It is not good to be stereotyped. It's not good to be doing something without thinking.
Practice doesn't mean that you तोता जैसे बात करते रहेंगे without connecting your brain.
It has to be your creativity. Creativity to be expressed in every Psych test में every stimulus which is given to you is a stimulus to your mind,
So-
and to see how you respond.
So don't do hard working without a mind in
Yeah.
it. We want smart working.
Practice करते करते तोता बनना वो तो अच्छी बात नहीं ना.
Practice means with sensible practice, which we call smart
Like
work.
say, writing,
Not hard
writing
work.
stories. So you are applying your mind, you seeing, you visualizing, you putting it some format. So obviously that is a good practice to do that. But उसके अंदर क्या आपके thoughts हैं, क्या imagination है, क्या action है, वो important है ना.
But for you to practice, ideally, if you're really preparing for SSB, would be improve firstly your thoughts with knowledge. Reading is a very good way of improving your knowledge. And from experience, like somebody has said earlier, I keep talking to my friends and people whom I meet, I collect their experience. Is also one way of learning your experience in life and knowledge in life. Also, translate your thoughts into words, verbal and non-verbal. You have to speak also, you have to write down also, for which you have to improve your vocabulary also. You need to improve your words power. How do I otherwise express? I can express very well in my mother tongue, but I am not able to express in English. You are not able to do well in the SSB at least. You may be good in some other place, but SSB, yes, we allow you to speak Hindi, English mixed together.
Yeah.
But when you write down, you cannot write Roman Hindi there, no? Roman English तो नहीं लिख सकते ना. You have to start writing English, but simple English. We are not looking for great English here. Shorters English नहीं चाहिए. But you must be able to express yourself simple without much of mistakes and not with too much of spelling mistakes. So this you need to function work on, because these days ये मोबाइल में आप कितनी भी कुछ लिखते हैं वो स्पेल चेक कर देते हैं. You will find even grammar check also कर रहे हैं आजकल. So what has happened? It has made our mind sluggish, and we have stopped thinking and writing.
और
well.
expression भी नहीं होता फिर.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
this
the main
bit I
reason.
want to know, sir, I was unable to deliver my thoughts, planning, got stuck many times during the interviews. I always told the truth, but I was not able to. See, your ability to speak with a free flow of thoughts and ideas is important. See, the interview is about you and your journey of life. The interview में क्या आपके काम के बारे में बात होगी, आपकी पढ़ाई के बारे में बात होगी, आपके परिवार के बारे में बात होगी, कोई सिचुएशन दी जाएगी, कुछ जनरल अवेयरनेस होगा. Basically, your ability to speak comfortably may not be always in English and Hindi. क्या होता है, एक flow of thoughts clear होना चाहिए, ideas अच्छे होने चाहिए, knowledge. See, don't have to be. See, don't say I could not convince. Speak convincing. When you speak, speak convincingly. When you speaking convincingly, आपका mind clear है, you're confident on your thoughts, so you're convincing. Now he may not appear, so then we try and find out what is it that he is looking for, what is it not satisfied. Right? At times the IOs may do that to put more pressure on you, so possibly they don't get. You should be convincing and forget about the others. ठीक है?
Oh, Sir Ronak is asking a very interesting question. It is a great myth going around that SSB coaching.
Which book?
Okay. So he's asking SSB coaching is required to clear SSB. No, SSB coaching is actually not required. If you are a leader material in your grooming, in your way you have lived your life, you are conditioned yourself to be leader in life, you don't require any coaching here. You don't require really even training. You are already trained, self-trained. But at the same time, why we insist on a training program at Olive Greens? Because we are really not doing any coaching to you. And what is coaching? Coaching is spoon-feeding your mind with solutions, with answers before, and we pre-program your mind with somebody else's mind. That is coaching, and that's what we don't want to do, and this will be non-productive at the SSB. It's not going to work out like this. So please, for God's sake, if you really know the meaning of SSB coaching, you should not do it. But you have to train yourself, and you can do it yourself, well and good. But if you need expert advice, come to us.
See, I'll explain. See, coaching is already for a maybe competitive examination. You JEE etc. क्या होता है?
Because it's a written examination.
You going for that examination, that syllabus examination.
पढ़ाई करना है.
Negative marking, shortcuts. So you do everything 10-15 times, and therefore you improve your score.
Even written exam, NDS,
Yeah.
CDS के लिए coaching is okay.
Okay. But coaching does not apply to personality. Understand that personality, a coach personality becomes artificial. Therefore, personality को क्या चाहिए? It needs grooming, mentoring, guidance, self-awareness, self-introspection. That is what allows a personality to groom.
And don't lose your individuality in between.
And the 2 weeks that you spend here is not coaching. Is helping you to understand yourself better. Know where you need to improve, and then you need time after this to improve yourself. If you go to SSB immediately after this 2 weeks program, it's not going to be any good unless you digest what you have to improve, take time to improve, this won't be helping. So therefore, it's about your personality. The personality cannot be coached.
So please don't think that
misunderstand.
you will study one book and become a leader in life. Yes, books can give you knowledge, but use this knowledge to shape up your personality and express yourself. Use your mind. God has given us brains. Please use it. That is what is most important.
Ronak
And the
has
next
got
question,
what
yeah.
eyesight kya hai? What is it?
Sir, eyesight, he's got plus minus 0.75. It is
okay.
possible, it is okay. For army selections, you can go up to 2.5. And only thing is, you will not be able to do piloting.
Flying.
For flying.
It's not good for flying.
Yes.
Flying you have to have 6/6. So this is quite reasonably
Yes,
okay.
it is
You
quite
can-
reasonable.
This
go
can
for
even
all
be
of
corrected.
that.
This even can be corrected. So don't worry.
Even in Air Force, you can for ground duties, ATC,
Yeah.
logistics, you can go and join all this. And in Army, it is generally allowed.
Fateh Khairaz, good morning, sir. Just
Don't
visited your institute today. How do I prepare myself before joining our institute? Good thing to do. See, remember, this 2 weeks is a short program, so good to be prepared for it. What preparation do you need? General awareness, speaking skills, some creative writing. All those things are useful tools before you join. When you come here, you'll go through all that happens in the SSB in a systematic manner a few times. You will get our feedback, we help you analyze. So all that is helping you to understand yourself better and identify the areas of improvement. Those areas of improvement may sometimes be knowledge, maybe hesitation, maybe confidence. So you work on those areas after you finish this program so that you come to the desirable level.
So, Fateh, you had come here, you would have met us and
Perhaps you should have, you've seen our,
directly with us.
We were here in the morning.
We were here, and I wish we could have
Anyway,
met you.
good that
Anyway,
you paid
good.
a visit.
Please
and
connect.
Good that you
Okay.
asked a question. So
We are all
whatever
available
time
to you.
have,
You can come and
do
meet us.
Work on your awareness levels, your speaking, expression. All those things will be useful. And make sure that after our training, you should have a couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, to improve yourself.
And what we do also, like what I was, just connecting with what Sir has said, after this 2 weeks of program, what we do, we don't leave you, just like that. We will also monitor your progress. So what we do, we make you into small groups of, say, Google Meet groups or any, any other Zoom groups, some comfortable groups. And we will keep giving you, lot much of exercises like group discussions, group planning, and we monitor your expressions, we monitor your growth, we monitor your practice, and you can anytime come back to us in between before SSB and clear all your doubts.
Now, Naveen Kishore has got an interesting observation. Is SSB a scam? Most deserving sometimes get out or don't get it.
This is
very
absolutely
interesting.
another myth.
What happens when you don't make it? Perhaps you feel it's a scam.
Yes.
But to tell you, even Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was a very revered scientist and the President of India, he was wanted to go for the Air Force. He could not clear it. Amitabh Bachchan, who's an icon globally as an actor, he also could not. So it's not a scam. See, they are very good. Even if you don't get recommended, you may be very good for something else. Don't
For
worry.
some other profession, you must be very good.
Don't worry about that. See,
So
good
don't get
people
frustrated.
will always find a place for themselves. They create a place for themselves. They don't get put off by these things. You should be like a bullet and keep going forward.
And
Don't
please
worry about
bounce
that.
back. Please bounce
Have
back.
confidence. Have faith in yourself.
I feel you got frustrated maybe,
Too early.
Too early.
Yeah.
This is also a lack of one quality which we call determination. You understand? Out of 15 qualities, one important quality is determination. Now we find your determination and mental stamina is little poor, so that's why you have already given up.
Also, you become cynical pretty soon.
Yes.
It's not good to be cynical.
So let me tell you, this is the most fair and transparent and
You
scientific
must give. See, it's a very old
interview
system.
all over the world, especially in India, I should say.
And see, the results have shown in the leadership that people have shown in all the wars. After 62,
Absolutely, sir.
any war, it is the junior leadership which is done, and it's not a scam which would have got those things done. I little feel upset by your view.
5 days
but
it
perhaps
doesn't
you're
take,
too
yeah.
cynical and too early in
A
life.
lot of people talk like this, but then don't get involved.
if you're
Don't
good,
get carried away with this. Okay?
You're good. You'll find your
It's
place.
a-
Don't worry.
It's
Don't
a
worry.
big,
There's
myth
very big life and
and a big
lot of
scandal, I
opportunities.
should say,
Right.
which people say like this.
Yeah.
Never ever say this. You should be proud of our armed forces.
And
We are
if
the
you're
best in the world.
somewhere around, do come and see us. We'd like to have a chat with you.
Yeah, come over.
Yeah.
We will transform your idea about SSB
At least.
and Next time when you prove yourself as your leader material, you will go and clear. You will go and get recommended. Okay, there are cases here. 18th timer got recommended. He also was frustrated like you. But after our training, he become third in the All India merit, and that to last attempt.
It is
So
very important.
it is all about your
attribute in life.
perception.
See, failures can happen.
Yes.
They're part of life. But what is important is bounce back. Bounce back happens with faith in yourself. But if you are cynical, it will never happen. Yeah.
So-
Satinder, if I choose the date last month, it'll what is it?
Choose the date last month. Will it have an impact? You see, you are talking about the SSB choosing
Yeah,
date.
choosing date for the SSB, possibly. Yeah.
Maybe there are two things which I understand what your question. Suppose say you come late for training just before the SSB, that is not a very good thing to do, because ideally you could come as early as possible for 2 weeks time. Then you realize your own personality, then you identify the areas of improvement in your personality, then the steps to be taken to improve, which we will guide you and we will monitor you, and then you can do a smart practice and preparation.
So that's useful. Otherwise, even if
Yes.
you go for the last batch, it doesn't matter. There's no good
Absolutely
impression of that coming first or second. They will keep
That's
doing their
another
job
point.
in their own way, and the dates are scattered so that every week some people can be put through
Accommodated.
the process. Right? So we can't have every week together. So therefore, it is spread like that. You are given the option so that your convenience, but make sure that if you come to us, you must have 3 to 4 weeks after that to improve yourself.
But at the SSB level, you come early or you go later
Doesn't
for
matter.
SSB, it doesn't
Doesn't
really
matter.
matter.
It doesn't
Because the standard of selection is absolutely same for everybody. Don't worry about it. कि पहले आ गया, पहले selection हो गया, उनका fill up हो गया vacancy, ऐसे होता नहीं है. Don't get worried about it.
So, Ronak-
But for training, it is better to come as
There's a
early as
question
possible.
how to handle group discussion of fish markets in an SSB. Generally, maybe possibly in the screening test or the GD in the GTO.
हो जाता है. You see, fish market आपको लग रहा है क्योंकि you know why? Because you have got suffocated in such kind of environment. Because you know this is a place where you find a group of strangers mostly, which the fish markets kind of scenario is much more. So that is why when you come for the training, we advise you should make a good rapport with the group before they come for the testing process there. So even in PPDT also, you will get a chest number much earlier than the PPDT rehearsals. The PPDT the group discussion. Please connect with everybody, make everybody comfortable. Imagine you are sitting with a group of strangers. Can you express well? No. But imagine you are sitting with a group of friends. At least some kind of friendship is there. You are more organized, your thoughts can be more streamlined, and people are ready to listen to you. So it will be a good idea just before going for the particular SSB, the moment you reach there, start connecting with your people around you, and especially connect with the chess numbers which is nearer to you, because these are the people who are going to be with you. For SSB, for example, the group of 10 is for the GTO. So please go and meet your group mates, connect with them, and also be patient with others. You know, what is SSB group discussion? We are going to see, are you a good listener also? You are only speaking, not listening to others, definitely it is going to affect your personality, and we will say you are very impatient. And that also somebody will keep talking to you. Suppose you would be very diplomatic, you should be very tactfully able to get inside the conversations. You can always say somebody is poking you always, you are not allowed to speak in the group. So you can always request politely, chess number 4, please may I finish my point. That is okay. But then you get furious, you raise your voice, you are rude.
In any
that will
group,
affect
there will
you.
be some people who speak more, some people who are mild, and some people who are very shy. Right? So lot of times people who are little mild, they feel that nobody is letting me speak. So one, like I said, make rapport with each other, make friends. Look at the other people in the eyes when you speak to them. Listen to them by looking at them. So to make that connect with each other, that's a good rapport where you build up with each other. Also, like I said, when there's too much of noise, or maybe somebody who's again and again maybe interfering or not allowing to speak, good to be polite and firm. Just number 25, please let me make my point. Please let me finish. Fine, and then quickly finish your point also. Fine. So you should know how to create a space for yours. A group discussion by nature becomes a little chaotic at some stage. because everybody wants to speak. Now you have to learn how to create a space there.
So that is why you need practice. How to be effective in a group discussion, because you would have seen if it is a total fish market, then everybody would have got washed out there. You still find somebody getting selected or not. That means they can speak better than you in the group. So please understand, it also requires practice, some tact, and for the right timing. The timing is very important. What you speak, when to speak, how much you speak. This is very important. This is all about your own mental makeup. It's very important.
Ronak has, see, I belong to general category. Does it affect my selection? No, Ronak, there is no reservation in the armed forces.
There is no reservation.
As
Absolutely
officers.
not.
So you are being taken based on your own potential. There is no reservation at all. So just don't hesitate. Find any category, any SC, ST, nothing like that. Fine. You have to be capable of performing, and you will be recommended.
You should be very happy to know, because enemy doesn't know your caste. So we have to be the best, right?
Yeah.
We have to finish the enemy off. So he is not going to ask your caste. He is going to shoot you. So what we do, we shoot him before that. That is why we don't care about the
we
caste.
need capable people for that.
Yes. Don't worry about it. This is one great selection process. Totally on merit. Totally on merit. There is no question. You should be happy about it. Though many ministers earlier has tried, no names, but luckily with God's grace it didn't happen.
It doesn't happen. The system is such that you cannot see. You don't. Nobody knows who's the IO, who's the GTO till the last. So nobody can pick and choose like that. Okay.
So don't get this feeling about this. See, we are just looking for leadership qualities in you. We call it OLQs. So just by reading and by hearting OLQs, you will not imbibe them. You will not improve them. You have to understand it, imbibe them in your mind, think about it, improve upon it. Once you understand where all you going wrong probably in your personality, you will find that these are the areas I need to work on. So when you come here, how do we organize this training program is on 3 objectives, which sir was saying. Firstly, we will make you understand who are you first. What is your present level of personality? That means what are your strength of personality and what are the areas you need to improve in your own personality. This is one first realization of your personality. The second objective what we have in mind is, by the time you go from here, we will make you realize what is the expected standard at the SSB, or how much you need to improve your personality so that you get recommended. Now you find third objective, there is a gap. What are you today? What you need to reach. So there is a gap. So the third and most important thing would be, in this 2 weeks time, we will make this journey familiar to you. How you should go about from point A to point B, where there is a destination, and what is the route to be followed.
So when you go,
and familiarize your route.
You have an action plan to go.
Yes.
Action plan to follow. जाने के बाद क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, कब तक करना है. So make an action plan.
Yes.
And then work on those things.
So we will also tell you how to work on from henceforth. We have a self-analysis session where we will make you jot down your own blueprint, your flow chart, how you should go about doing from here onwards. And this is how we make sure that you steer towards success at the SSB. That is one of our secrets which we want to tell you. Right.
Can I join your institute after NDA 1 year? Ronak, most welcome whenever you want to come. There are a lot of people who come here even if they're not going for NDA
Yes.
class 10, 11 because
Yes.
it's more of a personality development. Fine.
Correct. They groom themselves.
Yeah.
They get steered to the right track.
Whenever you want, you're most welcome to come. But understand, it's
Anytime.
more about personality. Personality 2 हफ्ते में नहीं बनती. आपने अपने आप को तैयार करना है. Right? So maybe be physically fit. Read other than your school syllabus. Be aware of things which are happening. Observe things in life. Be little creative writing, expression, interpersonal skills. All those things are contributing to a good personality, and that's what we need.
Not but the least, your physical fitness also is very important.
Yeah, working on that is important.
Yes, your lifestyle change mein physical fitness is also part of it. Remember this. Knowledge gaining, communication, better communication and good fitness. And fitness ke liye you have to do exercise every day. You have to do some kind of push-ups, sit-ups, little running, and if possible chin-ups, because at the SSB you have to go and do rope climbing. Now we find in the training time, 99% of the children, youngsters are not able to do rope climbing because you never did pull-ups. Your hands are weak. Please go. You are going for armed force officers. You are not going for any clerk job. Not sitting in a chair. You are going to be leaders on the ground. You have to fight the enemy on the ground. So please start reorienting your personality from now onwards. This basic foundation is your responsibility. If you can do that, come to us. We will make 100% sure that you are wearing uniform in the coming days. That is a guarantee. But provided this foundation has to be correct. We find our problem is the foundation हमेशा fragile है. So we need to work on the foundation first. And
So
time is less.
It's been a wonderful session today. We had a lot of questions, a lot of interesting questions, and I hope we've been able to maybe satisfy your curiosity. Wish you all the very best for the Dussehra tomorrow, and wish your families the very best, and have a happy festive season. And we look forward to meeting you again next Friday for the same kind of a session that we had.
Thank you, ladies and
All the
gentlemen.
best.
And
Thank you.
meet you next week
Take care.
with better
Yeah.
questions and more curiosity
Lot more,
from your
yes.
side. God bless.
Yeah.